Yes. Jahin and hello everyone. Welcome back to Crack Grade B. This is Sunil Janged, and in today's session we shall cover some of the miscellaneous questions, right? And all the sentences will be very important for your exam point of view, right? You have to find an error part out of different five options or different four parts. So uh, is everything okay? Are audio and video clear? And kindly share this session with all your friends and relatives. Invite them all. Today's session, this session is going to be very special for you. Okay. So, is everything okay? Kindly share this session with your friends. Right? Share this session with all your friends. Invite them all. We are going to start. And the first sentence, if you talk about the first sentence you have. Okay, let us move. This is the first sentence. This building is this building comprises of 6 houses, 3 parking lots, and 1 basement. You have to find out the error part. Okay, out of different 4 parts, which part has an error? Okay, as you know it very well, I told you in chapter preposition. Okay, in preposition or in verb chapter, I told you कि some, if you talk about verb comprise, this verb is always a transitive verb, right? This is transitive verb, and I think you know it very well. Transitive verbs are those which have an object, right? Transitive verbs always have an object. Transitive and intransitive verbs are those which don't have any object. So make it sure transitive verb are always followed by an object. So this houses is the direct object. This is the direct object. This is the reply of what? And make it sure transitive verbs are usually errors are given like something ki transitive verbs cannot be followed by any prepositions. Usually preposition is given after transitive verbs, and that is always error part. Actually transitive verbs are followed by object, not any preposition. So sentence will be like, this building comprises 6 houses. Okay, make it sure consist of is equal to what? It is equal to comprise. So after combining, after joining this intransitive verb plus preposition, this is preposition. Intransitive verb plus preposition is equal to what? Transitive verb. So mean to say, in this transitive verb you already have a preposition of. So when you already have a preposition of inside comprise, so you can't use preposition of after this transitive verb comprise. So something like that. Okay, comprise 6 houses, 3 parking lots, and 1 basement. Okay, move to the next sentence, guys. I look forward to meet you soon. Okay, this is also a good sentence. We have a phrase, and the phrase is look forward to. This is a phrase, and make it sure this phrase acts as a main verb, and after this verb you need an object, and these phrases are always followed by a gerund. These phrases are always followed by a gerund. So sentence will be like, I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to meeting you. And you will have an error in part B. In English, some of the phrases, if you talk about what are the phrases, if we say, if you talk about averse to, look forward to, prone to, addicted to, accustomed to, with a view to, right? And after that, if you talk about that is objected to, right? And with a view to ho gaya. And if I say preferable to, right? These are the phrases, adhere to, or prone to, right? These are the phrases which are always followed by a gerund. So sentence will be like, I look forward to meeting you. Sentence will be fine now. Okay, next sentence. I cannot cope up with this pressure. So what do you think of this sentence? Yes. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Okay, if you talk about right phrase, so right phrase is what? Cope with. Actual phrase is cope with. It shows the sense to deal. It shows the sense to deal. So this word cope never demands a preposition up. So drop this preposition up, sentence will be fine. Okay, next sentence is I came to this place by walk. Yes, I came to this place by walk. This word by is a preposition and walk is a verb. Make it sure prepositions are always used before a noun or a pronoun. जो preposition use की जाती है वो हमेशा noun pronoun से पहले use की जाती हैं. या फिर आप ऐसा कह सकते हैं कि prepositions they always demand a noun or pronoun after that. preposition के बाद हमेशा किसकी डिमांड होती है? noun pronoun की. So if you just want to make this noun, verb है, verb को noun बनाने का simplest method is कि आप उसको gerund में बदल दें. जैसे ही आप कहेंगे, जैसे ही आप बोलोगे I came to this place by walking, sentence will be fine and you have an error in part C. Next sentence, what is the time in your watch? What is the time in your watch? Yes, ये sentence बताएं. What is the time in your watch? Yes. This is also a phrase, and we usually speak like, what is the time by your watch? What is the time by your watch? We use a preposition by, right? We use a preposition by here. Not in your watch, by your watch. Option C is the right answer. Next sentence is, the price of my dress is higher than that of yours. Okay, here the comparison is not only between my dress and yours. Yours means your dress, right? But the comparison is between the prices of both the dresses. Okay, this is the singular noun price. Okay, if you talk about, if you compare, here we are talking about the price of my dress is higher than that of. This word that of represent the price of, the price of, right? Singular. To demonstrate a singular noun, we use a demonstrative pronoun that of. That of can be there, yours, your dress. So it means this sentence has no error. This sentence has no any error. My friend's daughter-in-law have come here. Okay, make it sure this is a compound noun, right? This is a compound noun, and in compound noun, one word is noun. Daughter, word daughter is a noun, and the quality of daughter is what? That is from in-law side. Okay, this is adjective. And make it sure here we are talking about plural daughters-in-law. Plural daughters-in-law we are talking about. So make it sure in compound noun, one word is noun and rest words are adjective. When you make plural of a compound noun, adjectives cannot be pluralized by adding s or es. Adjectives cannot be. We have one of the most important concepts in English, that adjectives cannot be pluralized by adding s or es. To make a plural, to make plural of a compound noun, you have to add s or es with a noun, not with adjectives. So if you just want to make it plural, speak like my friend's daughters-in-law. My friend's daughters-in-law have come here. Here, this is plural compound noun, plural verb you have. So B part has an error. I prefer seafood than Mediterranean food. Okay, make it sure this verb prefer. Prefer always demands to, not then. It demands to not then. Sentence will be like, I prefer seafood than Mediterranean food. Okay, and you will have an error in part C. Okay, move to the next sentence. We were discussing about the issue. Okay, in this sentence also, discuss, this verb is a transitive verb, and transitive verbs are always followed by an object. This is direct object, and this is the reply of what. Usually examiner gives error by adding prepositions after transitive verbs. ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब्स के बाद में preposition नहीं आती है. ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब्स के बाद में हम एक ऑब्जेक्ट का यूज किया करते हैं. तो सेंटेंस को ओके करने के लिए, इफ यू वांट दिस सेंटेंस ओके, ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब्स के बाद prepositions को ड्रॉप कर देंगे. सो मैनी transitive verbs you have, like ask, afford, attack, await, or consist, comprise, right? Consist, not comprise. Demand, discuss, describe, or invite, introduce, investigate, explain, or so many verbs like join, lay, meet, order, obey, reach, resemble, resist, stress, tell, violate, visit. These are the transitive verbs. Answer, access, right? Transitive verbs are not followed by any prepositions. So, and make it sure, talk about is equal to discuss. This talk about. Here we have intransitive verb talk. About is a preposition, and talk about is equal to what? It is equal to discuss. This verb is a transitive verb, and you know this about preposition is already inside the discuss. That's why we can't say, we don't say discuss about. Discuss is a transitive verb. Okay, next sentence. What do you think of this sentence? Yes. Okay, in this sentence, make it sure this word, this verb dispose, it demands a preposition, but this preposition must be of, off. It demands of, o or single f, right? Not o double f. So sentence will be like, dispose of the garbage from the shelves. Dispose of. This of must be of, single f, not double f. Okay, you don't have a monopoly on suffering. Other problems, other people don't have problems too. Yes. Yes. You don't have a monopoly on suffering. Other people don't have what? Don't have monopoly. Monopoly on sufferings. On. Add on. Add on. Okay. So do you know what the writer wants to say? The writer states that you don't have a monopoly on suffering. This is the first part, on suffering. Other people don't have what? Don't have a monopoly on what? Like on suffering, on problems will be there. And now you will have an error in part C. For example, you don't have a monopoly on suffering, and it is compared with the other people. Other people don't have a monopoly on problems. Don't have problems. This is not right. Don't have monopoly on problems. So this monopoly is common here. It is understood. But before this noun, we have a preposition on here. So same thing, before this noun problems, we require a preposition, and this preposition must be on problems. And now you will have an error in part C. Okay. Next question is what? If you say that someone you admire has feet of clay, you mean that they have hidden faults. Yes. Yes. What do you think of the next sentence? If you say that someone you admire has feet of clay, you mean that they have hidden faults. This sentence has no any error. This is also in present. 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 This sentence is in present tense, so sentence is okay. He refused to change his decision. He refused it. Point out. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? He refused to change. Yes. In this sentence, he refused to change his decision. Okay. He refused it. Point out. Yes. He refused. This is intransitive verb, right? He refused to its. Point out. He refused to its. Point out. Speak like that. Okay, next one is the importance of trade in Mughal times reinforced the cultural definition of wealth as something comprising of this verb comprise. This is also a transitive verb, and transitive verbs don't demand a preposition after that. Transitive verbs don't demand a preposition, so drop preposition of. In the 19th century, most tradition scholars tried to stay clear from the imperial government. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Yes. Okay. In the 19th century, most traditional scholars try to stay clear from the imperial government. Clear of. Word this word clear demands a preposition of, not from. So sentence will be like try to clear off. Clear off means to be not to be involved. Clear off is a phrase, and that means to not to be involved in any misconduct or in any crime or mischievous activity. So sentence will be like try to clear off of the imperial government, right? So sentence in this sentence, option C is the right answer. Next sentence. He began his discussion by pointing over that man and woman had different biological functions. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Yes. He began his discussion by pointing over that man and woman have different biological functions. You know, in this sentence we are talking about some facts, right? Like it is said, man and woman have different biological function. So this is, you can say, this is a fact, this is a universal fact, right? And all universal facts comes under present indefinite tense, simple present tense. That's why in place of had, in place of second form, first form have will be there, right? So you have an error in part C. Next, though he is poor, but he is honest. Make it sure this conjunction though demands another conjunction yet, not but. So sentence will be like, though he is poor, but he is honest. B has an error. My mother has been doing everything for the family. My mother has been doing everything for the family. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Okay. Do you know what is the difference between present perfect continuous and present perfect tense? The main difference is that perfect continuous is always used to tell about such actions which show imperfection with partial perfection. Whenever you just talk in the reference of point of time or period of time, mean to say when we use prepositions like since or for, in that particular situation we use present perfect continuous tense. But present perfect tense is used to denote such actions which are done or completed. So in this sentence there is nothing like perfect continuous. We are talking about completion. So to show completion, use third form of the verb with helping verb has. So sentence will be like, my mother has done everything. My mother has done everything for the family. And now you will have an error in part B. Okay, move to the next sentence. The next sentence is, when learning to drive, it is important to relax in between and take breaks. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Okay, here make it sure we this is gerund. While learning to drive, this is gerund, and before this gerund we don't need a conjunction, we need a preposition. And preposition will be like while is a preposition. While learning to drive, or you can say it is present participle. To make it present participle, we demand a preposition while, not when. So sentence will be like, while learning to drive, it is important to relax in between and take breaks. While learning to drive, not when learning to drive. We demand a preposition, not conjunction. So just replace this conjunction when with preposition while. Sentence will be okay, and you have an error in part A. Okay, I have the opportunity to study in America next year. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Yes. Okay. This word opportunity is a noun. and this noun shows the sense of vowel, right? It gives vowel sound, and here we are talking about any opportunity. I have an opportunity to study in America next year. So the opportunity is not definite, we are talking about indefinite opportunity. That's why article n will be there. I have an opportunity to study in America next year. Opening his letter, reading them carefully, sending for the clerk, he dictated answers with them. Okay, opening his letters, this is first gerund. Reading them carefully, this is second gerund. And sending for the clerk. Sending what? Sending, sending to this clerk. To, sending this to clerk. Use preposition to here, because verb send is a in is an intransitive verb, right? I send it to him. We speak like this. I send a parcel to my brother. I send a parcel to my brother. So this word clerk is receiver, or you can say recipient, and before receiver or recipient we use a preposition to over there. So if you just apply to, you have an error in part C. Sentence will be fine now. Okay, move to the next sentence. He was my school friend, but becoming a great man, he has grown proud enough to forget his old friends. Okay, he has grown proud. This word proud, you can say this is adjective. This is adjective, and word enough is an adverb. And I told you ki enough is the only adverb that is used after its adjective of positive degree, and enough always demands an infinitive. Okay, this is okay. He was my school friend, but after becoming, speak like this, after becoming, he was my school friend, but after becoming a great man, he has grown proud enough to forget his old friends. So if you just speak after becoming a great man, why it is so? Because we have a conjunction but, and you know it very well. But is a conjunction of contrast or opposition, and it shows contrary things or opposite qualities. So if you speak like he was my school friend, but after becoming a great man, he has grown proud enough to forget his old friends. Okay, Ravindranath Tagore, a Nobel laureate and author of the national anthem, found Shanti Niketan. You know, this activity denotes to past tense, past time. Okay, when you talk in past, then make it sure we have a verb find. Find means to get. Find means to get. And the second form of this find is found. Find, found, found. Okay, we have another verb here, found, and this found to this found means to establish, right? And the second form of found is founded, and third form is also what? Third form is also founded. So if you speak like here it is said Ravindranath Tagore, he established Shanti Niketan. So to show the sense of to establish, and this is past activity, we demand second form of found, and that will be founded. So if you apply it in, sentence will be fine now, and you have an error in part C. You have an error in part C. Okay, next sentence. The art of printing was introduced into England during the reign of Edward by William Caxton, a native of Kent. Yes. This word England, this is a word area denoting. So this denotes to an area, and before area we don't use preposition into, we use preposition in. Sentence will be the art of printing was introduced in England during the reign of Edward, right? Sentence will be fine. Part A has an error. From 30 years, he devoted himself to public affairs without taking a holiday. Yes, this 30 years, this is, it denotes to period, and before period denoting words, we use a preposition for. not from. For will be there, and again you have an error in part A. You have an error in part A. Sentence will be like, for 30 years. For 30 years, he devoted himself to public affairs without taking a holiday. Okay, move to the next sentence. If Ramesh will promoted, he will get a higher salary. If Ramesh will be promoted. Okay, this is if clause. This is a conjunction, subordinate conjunction. And after this subordinate conjunction, this is subordinate clause. This is subordinate clause, and this is main clause. This is main clause. Make it sure, in main clause we use a future indefinite tense, and in subordinate clause we use present indefinite tense, right? In complex sentences, both the clauses cannot be in the future tense. We use present indefinite tense in the subordinate clause and future indefinite tense in the main clause. So if you just apply it in the sentence, sentence will be like, if Ramesh promotes, if Ramesh promotes, if Ramesh promotes, he will get a higher salary, right? Or you can say, if Ramesh is promoted. You can also speak like, if Ramesh is promoted. Not, don't use promotes. Speak like, if Ramesh is promoted. If Ramesh is promoted. Now sentence is okay. If Ramesh is promoted, he will get a higher salary. You have an error in part A. My brother goes to the office 5 days a week. 5 days a week. 5 days a week. Right? Out of 7 days, out of the period of a week, he goes to office 5 days. So sentence will be like, my brother goes to office 5 days a week. And you have an error in part C. You have an error in part C. Okay, move to the next sentence. If you lend Mohan a pen, okay, he will lend it to someone else and never you will get it back. Yes. If you lend Mohan a pen, okay, he will lend it to someone else, and this never is an adverb of frequency. This is adverb of frequency. This is future tense. Do you know adverbs of frequency are used before main verb? The concept is, all the adverbs of frequency like daily, always, often, usually, generally, occasionally, normally, right? And seldom, never, rarely, barely, right? These are the adverbs of frequency, and adverbs of frequency are used before main verb. So if you just want this adverb of frequency on its right place, its place is before the main verb. And if you speak like, and you will never get it back, you will never get it back, you will have an error in part C. Error is in part C. Okay, next sentence is, one of the most widely spread bad habits is the use of tobacco. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Yes. Okay, you know, the concept is, one of is always followed by a plural noun pronoun. This is the plural noun, and it demands a singular verb. Okay, both are okay. You have a plural noun, you have a singular verb. As per requirement, you have different 5 words. And what are the words? One of, each of, either of, neither of, and every one of. Right? All these 5 words, they demand a plural noun pronoun, and verb must be singular. So sentence will be like, one of the most widely spread bad habits is is the use of tobacco. Use of what? Prepositions are followed by noun, pronoun. So this sentence has no any error. Option D is the right answer. Rushabh, option A will not be the answer. Option D is the right answer. This sentence has no any error. This sentence has no error. A great part of Arabia is desert. Yes. Yes. A great part of Arabia is desert. This sentence also have no error. This is okay. We are talking about a great part. According to this, singular verb is used. Great part of what? Arabia. This sentence also has error in part D, means no error. He appears to be an honest man. He appears to be an honest. This adjective honest gives vowel sound, singular noun you have. So this H gives a vowel sound, an honest, honest. Article and will be there, and you have an error in part C. Okay, next sentence. Next sentence is one of the members expressed doubt if the minister was a theist. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Okay, in this sentence, make it sure this sentence, if you talk about one of the members express doubt, right? This is a positive sentence. And when you get a word like doubt or doubtful, word doubt or doubtful in positive sentences, we use a conjunction that. That will be there in place of if or whether. A conjunction that will be there, and you have an error in part B. Whenever you get a word doubt or doubtful, right? If the sentence is positive, you have to use a conjunction that, and if the sentence are interrogative, in that situation we use a conjunction if or whether, right? So option B is the right answer. The view has been taken by one of the ablest person, one of the ablest persons who has written on this subject. What do you think of this sentence? This word one of, this word one of is followed by a plural noun. So plural noun will be persons. One of the ablest persons who has written, who has written, but this view has been taken by one of who has written on this subject. But if you speak persons, you will have to drop, you will have to use have, right? One of the blessed persons. Okay, if you just, if persons is there, if you speak like persons, this is plural noun, because according to one of we demand persons, right? And according to this persons, this is relative pronoun, and after relative pronoun plural verb must be there, have must be there. So I think this sentence has a typing mistake. And why I said, if if you have, if you have, there must be persons. If plural noun is here, so according to this plural noun, plural verb must have be, must be there. So whether it should be have over here or it should be persons over here. right? So this is typing mistakes. Either there must be persons or there must be have. Then we can find an error in part 1, in one part. Should we consider as an error where one of the most is given rather than one of the most? One of the most. Just a minute. One of most. Here word most is adverb, dear. Rushabh, in this sentence, if you talk about this sentence, this word most is not an adjective. This is adverb, and this adverb shows the sense of very. So sentence is one of most widely spread bad habits. This is not. This is not the superlative degree adjective. This is very. This is adverb, and widely spread. This is adjective. This is noun. According to one of, this is plural noun. It is something like this. Okay. Next sentence is slow and steady. Slow and steady. This slow and steady is something like, you can say, this is not complementary quality. This slow is different thing, steady is different thing. So it demands a plural verb, slow and steady. Yes, slow and steady demands a plural verb. So in place of ons, win will be there. Slow and steady win the race, as the wise would say, right? So in place of ons, win will be there. B has an error. We often hear people say the most human beings have not evolved or grown up. Grown up, right? This is coordinate conjunction, and before this coordinate conjunction, this is third form of the verb. This verb must be in third form, right? And the third form of grow is grown up enough to stick to truth or non-violence. Sentence, in this sentence you have an error in part C. Error is in part C. Okay, so I think you are getting my point, and everything is okay now. And these are miscellaneous questions. In next lecture also we shall cover some of the good questions, and we meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. Kindly share these sessions with all your friends, invite them all. Subscribe Crack Grade B if you have not subscribed it yet. So I think it's enough from my side, and we'll meet you tomorrow. Till then, I keep my finger crossed for you. Take care. Bye bye. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.